We are live, kids. Welcome back to another episode of Raina Tea. Now, before we get started, please check in the description box down below the Big Cartel website. That is where you can find our services, okay? We provide spell work, custom spell work to whatever need that you have. Okay? We do it all. 2 witches doing magic, spell work, ritual to bring that which you desire into this world, okay? 2 witches who have been in the craft for over 20 years. As a matter of fact, since birth, okay? We provide spell boxes, charged and dressed items, charged, dressed, blessed, prayed upon, infused with, okay? Every single object in that box has been crafted and molded with our abilities, with our intent. Actually, with your intent, because we're working for you. So every item in that witch box knows its purpose, has been infused with purpose. All you gotta do is follow the instructions that we will provide, okay? Audio instructions and written instructions, and so much more in that box, honey. You will become a witch. When you get that box, you literally become a full-fledged witch. You will have shit happening in the house, okay? So we provide the boxes. We provide the candles. So if you want a little light, you don't want the box, but you want something, honey, we can send you charged, dressed, blessed, intended upon, laid upon. Girl, you finna get a juicy ass candle, honey. So we have that. We have candles. And we also provide tarot card readings over the phone. Both witches on the line. For over an hour with you, honey, and Kiki on the phone with you, girl or boy, giving you all the tea. All the tea that the spirits are presenting to you. That is what Raina Teas has. So check that Big Cartel. And I have to be long-winded about it because I just have to let you girls know. You know what I'm saying? Because a lot of y'all don't click the on the link. Y'all just listen to the video, but check that link out. Okay? So today's video is gonna basically be about sometimes it takes more than one spell or ritual for the magic to hit the target or to be successful. And that's real. You know what I'm saying? Like, as you go down, and this is for my witches, as you go down your magical journey, you're going to learn this. Because a lot of times we're taught or we learn or we hear and see that, oh, you just do a spell one time and you forget about it. You just let it go into the universe and you just wait a certain amount of time, which is indefinite, to see or wait for the spell to work, okay? And yes, many times that, you know, it does come true. When you cast a spell one time, and that's whatever spell, whether it be for money, for love, baneful magic, for cleansing, spells for others, whatever. A lot of times when you do it once, it will come through. You know what I'm saying? It will. That does happen many times when you are proficient in spell casting. Just cast it one time, wait a couple of months, maybe even weeks, sometimes even days, you know what I'm saying? And the spell or the ritual will manifest. But there are times when you cast it once and either it may have taken a very long time to manifest or it doesn't manifest at all. And then that's when you have to ask, like, well, what did I do wrong? And a lot of times when the spell does not become manifest, it's because you needed to do it more than once. Okay? And we have to look at it on a physical perspective just to make it easier for y'all to understand. It's like a tree. When you have an axe and you hit that tree, like a thick ass motherfucking tree, you know what I'm saying? Like the bark of that shit, like the fucking the root, honey, like as it's coming out like that, you know, that stump, you know what I'm saying? That thick ass shit, you will have to hack her more than once. A lot of times one whack of the axe is not gonna cut it. And the same thing can be said for magic. A lot of times, well, let's say sometimes, because like I said previously, a lot of times you can cast just one spell and it will come true. But sometimes you will have to do her more than once. And I'm going to speak personally, but when well, you know, I ain't gonna lie, like I was cocky with my magic. I still low key am, you know what I'm saying? But before I was cocky with my shit. So like I used to think like, oh, why, you know, like if I had to do a spell more than once, like that's kind of feeling like if I don't trust myself or like I don't believe in my magic that I have to do her over and over again. You know what I'm saying? Like that's how I used to feel about doing multiple spell works on the same thing. You know, because like I said, I was taught that you do it one time and that's it. You let it go and you move on with your life and it comes manifest. Um, but as I've been, you know, getting older, developing and things like that, a lot of times the spell work that I do is very heavy, you know what I'm saying? And it is very like life changing. And you know, is gonna cause like a really big shift in the physical realm. And we all know that these things must go through the spiritual first. And those things do take time and it takes energy. So I believe now that just because you do a spell more than once, that doesn't mean that, oh, like you're not confident in your spell work or that your spell work is weak sauce. Like a lot of times, you know, you need to do it more than once. Like that's real shit. So and it's because it needs more energy. It needs more of you. Because of the time that you spend in ritual, like that shit matters. Like the mantras, the trance state, the focusing on the candle, the direction of your intent over and over and over again. It's literally like you're hacking at a fucking tree and you're doing it with magic. So it's definitely a very powerful thing, okay? Doing magic on anything. Like I suggest like doing it repetitive for everything. Like that will only like level you up. You doing spell work more than once on every single spell that you do, like multiple days. And really it's up to you how many days you want to do it. I would say the minimum would be like 3. I mean, you could do 2, you know what I'm saying? But it's like, I feel like 3 is more powerful. And the maximum that I would say for a spell or ritual would be 7 days. Like anything after that, I feel like it's gonna be a little too much for me. Some people out there, they can do 14-day spell work, you know, a 30-day spell work, just every single day going in. And that's fine. But I feel like for my life and my attention span, 7 days of direct spell work every day on one particular desire, I feel like that's enough. Okay, because it's not easy to maintain a same schedule every single day for one thing, and for you to actually dedicate 20 minutes or more, or maybe even less, depending on how you do it, put that time into that. Because we all have busy lives, you know what I'm saying? We all might not have 20 minutes every single day. So, you have to kind of feel what's right for you, if you can do it for several days or not. But I definitely feel like it's very important. It does get the magic moving in the area, in the altar. It gets the spirit's attention. I feel like it is a lot more powerful to do multiple day spell work. And you have to know when to stop, as far as like, okay, this is the last day. You know what I'm saying? And once that happens, you have to let it go. Okay, the same procedure goes for regular spell work. But I feel like a lot of times the magic will manifest faster when you do it like that, because you're putting more intent, you're putting more time into the visualizations. You're putting more effort, I feel, because if you just do it once, you just did it that one time. If you're doing it multiple days, you are putting more effort, you are putting more consistency, and you're making like the spirits can see that, okay, they're serious about this. They're sitting at that altar, going in trance, putting their intent these days. So I feel like it kind of puts the focus on you spiritually and energetically, and the focus of the same image, because when you're doing magic, you're supposed to kind of like visualize what you want in the present. So focusing on that same thing for multiple days, that's a prolonged time period of that intent being put in the universe. So you're giving it more time to manifest. You're kind of building it more. You're forming the world more. You're giving more time into the world forming, if you're doing it for more days than if you just did it for one. You know what I'm saying? So on all levels, when you do spell work for multiple days, it will make the energy a lot thicker. It's going to condense that energy more. And I feel like it will make it manifest faster. So I think that's pretty much what I had to say. I had to put that out there for the witches, because that is something that I had an issue with when I first started in the craft. Was, multiple days. Like, no, my thing was one day and that's it. But, now I know that multiple day spell work, that should be hitting and is strong, okay? Many times it is stronger than just one spell. That's not definite, okay? Because a lot of times one spell is enough. But you do have that option, and it's okay. Because I also felt that, like, oh, it's not okay, or like, oh, that means that I didn't let it go if I have to do it multiple days. And that's not true. You know what I'm saying? Like, you're putting more energy into it. Like, the focus is still there on the goal. So it's still going to be successful. So yeah, so that's pretty much what I had to say, you guys. Let me know what you think in the comments, and definitely check out the Big Cartel, okay? And I will see you on the next one.